Good morning, Year 4. It's Miss Markwell again for some more maths with Miss Markwell. It is Thursday today, so we're almost at the end of another fantastic week. I hope you've all had a wonderful week and are really starting to get the hang of time and you're not finding it too difficult. Today we're looking at can I read and write 12-hour clock time? So throughout today and tomorrow and probably Monday, we're going to look at 12-hour and 24-hour clock times, but today we're only focusing on 12-hour clock times, okay? So here I have some analog clocks, and you've probably seen these before. I know in class 6 and 7, we have one of these at the back of the room. So you're probably very familiar with these, and these are called analog clocks. So I want to see, can we work out what times are the three analog clocks showing? So let's look at the first one. And when we look at a clock, the little hand, so the small hand is the hour hand, and the longer hand is the minute hand. So that will help us work out what time it is, how many minutes past the hour it is. So let's look at this one first. How many minutes past the hour is it? So minutes hand is the long hand, and we know from 12 to 1 there is 5 minutes. So that's 10 minutes. So it is 10 minutes past, and the hour hand is pointing at 10, so it must mean it is 10 minutes past 10. Let's look at this one. How many minutes past the hour is this one? Now, the minute hand, which is the long hand, is a little bit past 1, which means 5 minutes. So it's not exactly 5 minutes past. We need to work out how many minutes past it is. And how do we do this? We can count the little lines in between. So this is 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So it is 7 minutes past, and the hour hand is pointing at 3. So it must be 7 minutes past 3. Now let's look at this one. How many minutes past the hour is it? Now this one could be minutes past, or it could be minutes to. So let's look at minutes past first. So you might have to count around the clock in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it is 40 minutes past, and it is just after the 5. So it must be 40 minutes past 5. For this clock time, it could also be minutes to, okay? And to work out minutes to, you count backwards from the 12. So instead of going 5, 10, 15, 20, you will go 5, 10, 15, 20. So it is 20 minutes to, and it is going towards the 6, okay? But we're just going to look at past, but you can also, for this one, do minutes to. So 40 minutes past 5. Okay, so that was analog clocks, and you're going to practice a bit more of those on your worksheet, but maybe you could look at your clock now and see what time it is. What time are you doing maths at? How many minutes past the hour is it? Now we're going to look at digital format. So how do we record each time in digital format? And digital format would be on your phone or your iPad or tablet. That would be a digital format. And also maybe your alarm clock beside your bed. That is also digital format. So let's look at this one first. We're going to look at the analog clock first. And the analog clock is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30 minutes past 6. And from the first lesson on time, we know that when the minute hand is pointing at the 6, that means half past. So it is half past 6 or 30 minutes past 6. How do we write that in digital format? We can write that as 06 ... 30. And you might be quite familiar with this from your alarm clock or your phone. Okay, so 06 ... 30. Now, when it comes to digital time, because we're only looking at 12-hour clock today, after this it would have AM or PM. 06 ... 30 is in the AM, and if you want to write 6:30 in the PM on a digital format, it would just be 6 ... 30. Okay, but don't worry too much about that. We're going to you're going to focus on that a little bit later on. This is how you would write 6:30 in a digital format. Now look at this one. What is the time? On minutes past. So we need to count round in 5 till we get to the long hand, which is the minute hand. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, but it's slightly after 45, so 45, 46, 47, 48. So it is 48 minutes past 1. How do you think we might write that in a digital format? We write it as 01:48 because it is 48 minutes past 1. Now let's look at this one. We need to count round in 5s again until we get to the minute hand, which is the longer hand. So 5, 10, 10 minutes past 10. How do we write that in digital format? 10:10. And the last one, we're going to work out the analog clock first and then change it into digital. 5, 10, 15, 15 minutes past 12. So this one is 15 minutes past 12. We also know from Tuesday's lesson, I think, the first lesson of time, when the minute hand is pointing at 3, it means quarter past. How do we write quarter past 12 or 15 minutes past 12 in digital format? We write it as 12:15. Okay, what do you think AM and PM mean? If you saw a time with AM after it and if you saw a time with PM after it, what does it mean? So AM means in the morning, so that is all the times before 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And PM means the afternoon, so from 12 PM right until 12 midnight, that's when it changes back to AM. So AM is in the morning and PM is in the afternoon. Now, a little activity you might want to do just to finish off is, can you order these activities starting with the earliest? So I'm not going to do this with you, but if you would like, you can work out what you might do first, and it might be different for some people. But order these starting with the earliest, so starting in the AM right until the PM. Okay, now I hope that makes sense. You can go and find the sheets on Teams and on the school website, and then there's also mastery activities available for you to do on Teams and on the school website, and an extra PowerPoint if you would like to watch it. I hope you understand the time. Just remember, always look at the minute hand, which is the longer hand, and then the hour hand, which is the shorter hand, to help you work out the analog and the digital time. Your worksheet on Teams is a mixture of analog and digital, and then maybe if you want, you can get your mum or your dad or your brother and sister to give you some more times. And from now on, hopefully, you'll not have to ask your parents what time is it. You'll be able to look at the clock yourself. So have a lovely day. Send us a message if you need any help, and I hope you get up to lots of lovely things. Bye!